Hello, I'm Magical Maiden, and welcome to Magical Maiden's Jewelry Tutorials. So today what I have for you is a craft, making some moons and stars. But before I get started, I'm going to tell you about it. So what you're going to need for this is a die cut machine. Now this is a Sizzix. This is a Sizzix Big Shot machining. I got this as a birthday present, and my husband got it for me at Hobby Lobby. You can get them anywhere. They vary in prices. This is a hand crank one. See the hand crank? And I don't have much space here, so I'm trying to show you the best I can. So they also have automatic ones, and they have smaller ones that are hand crank that are probably around the cheapest, between $30 and $40, and then on up. So if you have arthritis or a problem using a hand crank for any reason, then you can get the automatic one. Those are obviously a little more, and again, they have the smaller versions for $30, $40. So I'm not going to get too much into it. I will show you myself using this in case you never saw a die cut machine, but I do have other videos on my jewelry tutorial playlist showing you using the die cut machine and how to use it and all the things you'll need. So what you do get is a few platforms. You get 2 of these acrylic like plexiglass platforms, a big thick one. Then you get, I'm going to pull that out. Then you also get a thin one if you need it. That's because depending on your die cut, you might have to stack them differently. And then what you have is, I have this. Now this is called a self-healing cutting mat, and you can get these at the Dollar Tree. I got them 2 to a package for $1. And the reason why you want these, and it's good that it has 2, you will have to trim them to fit on your platform like I did here. Now they do get a little warped. See, that one's a little warped. But what you could do is soak it in warm or hot water for about an hour, take it out, let it air dry, pretty much dries, and put something on it, and then it'll flatten it out again. So it's a self-healing cutting mat. And why you want to use that is because your die cuts will get dull with usage, and this prevents them from getting dull and keeps them sharp. So you definitely, when you get a die cut machine, or before you get a die cut machine, go to the Dollar Tree and get yourself some self-healing cutting mats. Now it didn't come to this size. I had to trim it to fit perfectly within the platform. So, okay, and I have 2, and it's good to have 2, so while one is soaking, you have the other. Okay. Now I have to get the die cuts. But what you want to use on this is, I use, and you can see that I've already used, this is cardstock, glitter cardstock. They have all kinds of cardstock, glitter, non-glitter, different colors, different thicknesses in glitter. This is a sheet. This is an unused full sheet. And I got these at Hobby Lobby as well. They're $1.99. But they always have like percentages off sales, like 60, 70, 40, 30, 20%. So that's what's good. This is a vinyl glitter mat. It's more like material, and it's thicker. Now die cuts don't always punch through this. So what they do is they do leave it a nice embossed tracing pattern that you can cut. But unfortunately, if you have the more decorative die cuts with all the holes and designs, you won't get that, but you'll get the initial shape of the die cut. So unless you have a really sharp die cut, that can go through this. Okay, so now that I've taken you through all that, I'm going to show you the die cuts that I'm going to be using for this project, okay? Okay, so here is some of the die cuts. These aren't die cuts. I already cut these out, but I have to redo one, so I'll be able to show you, because I have to poke a hole so I can fit my jump ring through it. So what I use to poke a hole is just a push pin, okay? and it's convenient because you can hold it and push it. All right, so these are some of the shapes. Now I'm going to go ahead and get out my die cuts and show you them. Okay, so here are some of the die cuts I got, and these are them, and they're going to come connected. See, these are my kitty cat ones. I got, some of you may have seen the tutorial. See how they're connected? You have to break the connection. You just bend them off and then get your cutter pliers and just trim them off, or just bend them with your hand, okay? And they come separate. So this is what they may look like, all attached, okay? And then you break them apart. And this was a little set. It was just a few little stars and a moon. I was hoping they were like this size, like bigger, but it was my fault for not looking at the dimensions. Now, but I like this set. It made these cute little moons and stars. So they're cute for jewelry making. And I'm going to put the link. I got these on Amazon for like $4 and change. So I'll put the link for these below the video in the description box in case anyone's interested in getting them. I also got the kitty cat ones on Amazon, and all my other ones I got. And you can see all on my jewelry tutorial playlist. You can see all my jewelry tutorials using those. And then I put the links below. Okay. So I'm going to put these away. So what I was doing was you have to cut two sides. Okay, so this is one side and this is the other. Sharp side with the blades there. And then you could just keep reusing the piece. As you can see, I use this. You don't have to get a new piece. Don't cut like a giant chunk off of it. You know, cut a strip and just keep reusing it. So I'm going to stick it in here, and then I'm going to just make sure it catches. And once you feel it catches, hold this and crank. And then you can go a few times backwards and forwards, but you don't have to. I do that to make sure it cuts through. I'm going to take this off and show you. Sometimes they just fall out, and sometimes you have to poke them out. But there it is. That's the one side. Now for the other side, I'm going to do it on the glitter side. Because before I did it on that side. So I'm going to do it again. We're going to put it down in a nice spot, and then do it all over again. Run it through. And then, see that one? It just fell right out. And that's the other half. And then what you have to do is take like a toothpick or something and some E6000 glue, and very gently just take very little and put it there, and then you match up, because these are a different size. You have to make sure you look like one arm of the star is larger, and then you just kind of shift it, move it, squeeze it. That's why you don't want to put too much, otherwise the glue oozes out, and then let it dry. So I'm going to go do that. Okay, so here's something else you can do. Now, some of you may have seen the sequences that I have got, the large 40mm sequences, and they have two holes on the side, and sorry for the noise in the background. So what I did is, they're 99 cents at Hobby Lobby, and again, they always have percentages off sales on Hobby Lobby stuff, so you could even get them cheaper. But I have a whole bunch of them, and I made quite a lot of things with this sequence. Now, it doesn't cut through, as you can see. That's the back. But what I did was I got my flatter one, because the other one has to be soaked because it's warped, and you can see the imprint. So I put this down and I put the moon and the star, and you can emboss things like that on there. Isn't that cool? So you have a cool moon and star embossment. Now it won't cut through even if you flip it over and do it on the other side. It's just they're not sharp enough. So I'll turn that around. Now I'm going to make a hole in this moon. And I'm going to have to make another hole in the star because I got to get my fish hook through. And you should take your time because when you rush, and you don't want to put it too close to the edge or too far from the edge. Otherwise you have to use a big jump ring. So now you push and then gently work it like I say, because you don't want to rip it. It is cardstock after all. You can use material if you have a sharp enough die cut. And there. And now what I'm going to do is use the tip and turn it around, the tip of my toothpick, and then that's going to be ready to attach. Now I also want to show you when you do one with a design with holes, the first thing, you can get a crafting tool or a pen or a toothpick, do the whatever is going to fit. I'm going to put a toothpick here and punch it through to release. There should be a top hole that releases it. And then that comes off. You see now you have little holes you have to punch out. And you probably have to clear your die cut off too. Okay, so I already did the one, but I did that off camera. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the other one on camera, just so you can see what you have to do to make the earring that I'm making. So let's get that ready. Now what we're going to do is we're going to cut a piece of chain, not very long. It's not even an inch long, it's very tiny. We're going to get some 4mm jump rings. After you poke the hole in your moon, at the tip of the moon, you want to go ahead and then open up your jump rings. First, I'm going to put it through my moon with the hole that I made. And then I'm going to get the chain and put that through. And then I'm going to close the jump ring. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get another 4mm jump ring. And put that through the top part of the chain and then through the star. You're going to take your earring fish hook, and now this is going to be facing the side. So what you're going to do is you're going to hold that and just turn the bottom part this way, okay? So it's not that way, but the other way. So that when you put it on, it goes properly towards the back of where the back of your earring would be. So it goes through your ear and the front is showing. So now we're just gonna get another 4mm jump ring. And then we're going to put it through the top of the star and then grab this, put it in, and close that jump ring. That's what it's going to look like. You got your left earring and your right earring because it's important that they're going the correct way, and then they'll dangle with the chain. So that's one way to do it. There's many other ways, and that's what you can make with these die cuts. And if you wanted, you can take one of the smaller stars and kind of do another chain and hang it off of there, or you can use one of the smaller ones that are like that and do that. Okay, so I attached it with 6mm jump rings, the stars on the bottom. I made another hole off to the side with the push pin and then put a 6mm jump ring through the top, and there you go. So those are the earrings. They're easy. If you want to get the, so those are the earrings. They're easy. It could be sort of fast, but you do want to take your time so that you don't make any mistakes. You want to make sure they're going the right way, like I said. And that's it. And I will be putting the link for these die cuts below the video in the description box. So be sure that you look for that. And I'll be having some more jewelry tutorials coming up soon, maybe even using these. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my videos. Bye.